you guys are putting out records all the time. You have a record label, Ectoplastic Records.
Ectoplastic, yeah.
Ectoplastic Records. And you're also doing a ton of recording. And Doc, you are a music engineer as well, right? Would you call yourself that?
I don't work as one, but I've got qualifications, really old qualifications that are quite out of date now.
And you do that with like most of your free time for like your own projects.
Yeah, I spend all my time doing music tech stuff, but yeah, I'm not a working engineer or anything like that in a professional way.
I would say that's exactly what you are. I mean,
yeah, me too.
Like that. Yeah, that's like, that's the whole thing about being a filmmaker. Like, it's so hard to call, like, you don't ever want to call yourself a director or a filmmaker or something, because it just sounds, because if you're not in Hollywood, doing it for a living, then, you feel kind of like silly saying it. But it's like, if you're doing the thing, then you're the thing. Quite clearly you're an engineer. Where did that start for you? Is that come from like a place? Is that like a thing of necessity? Like, I always want to be able to record music and I don't ever want to like have to rely on someone else to do it? Or where does it come from?
Yeah, exactly that. Just needing to be able to do it in the minutes where you have time to do it and you don't have to spend loads of money on a studio. I think we have over time gone to real studios, but the number of shows you have to play as a small band to build up enough money to go to a studio for like 2 hours or something, even in those days, was a lot. So it wasn't productive. So we had to learn how to use computers. Zombina's brother basically taught me how to record via a computer when it was in the days when it wasn't common practice. So our first album was all, because of the limitations of computers in those days, it was all like small loops. Everything except for like a vocal or something where you couldn't get away with it, but to save processor power, everything had to be 4 bars of bass repeated and put in the correct place, and everything bounced down as much as possible. But it was very, very learny.
I find it. Listen, I find that as someone who does not play music, I'm not a sports guy. I don't follow sports at all. Music is my sports. So to me, I find this stuff fascinating. Especially, again, to bring up the Beatles one more time, in Limitations, they recorded Sgt. Pepper with 4 tracks. It was a 4-track machine that they used to do that. It's kind of incredible when you think about it. They're like recording orchestras and then bouncing that down to 1 track. It's like you're losing a generation every time you do it. And they're bouncing it down to 1 track because they need more room. It's like kind of insane when you think about it. And people like think about like what Sgt. Pepper is, even though I don't think it's the best Beatles album personally. That's just me. So you're going on, you're recording.